Everyone I know.
Where's the goofy shit?
There it is.
I can't come
Can I
without
try
it.
that one more time? I didn't have the thing on.
There's no
Yeah, there's
taking that out.
What?
No, that was too good.
Welcome to Everyone I Know.
You sound so defeated.
The podcast where Andy forgot to turn his volume up. I am Synth Boy. You can't stop me now. We're here in Troy, rocking on the river, hanging in the butthole of Albany.
That's not. Yeah, I guess so.
Troy's fine. It's gentrifying.
It's got some good bars and stuff.
I'm here with my producer, lovely producer, Brendan.
I like Troy.
I like Troy, too.
I live here.
You live in South Troy, though. You won't get to the heart of Troy.
Well, first of all, South Troy is the worst part of Troy. I live in, like, North Greenbush, Troy.
Okay.
I live in an extension of Troy that isn't really part of Troy. It's, like, accidentally
What's your
beyond the
address, Brendan?
It is... What's your address?
Don't worry about that.
I know both your addresses. I'll say them right now. I'll say mine. I've already said mine on the podcast. I'm also here with my brother, whose address is 50.
You'll find out. Hey, folks, thanks for being on the listening to us on the podcast today. This episode of Everyone I Know is brought to you by Audible.com. If you want a free audiobook and a 30-day trial to Audible.com, you can go to audibletrial.com/EIK. They don't pay, but somebody gives us free drinks. Andy, that's a pretty good transition.
It was pretty great. EIK Podcast is also brought to you by the Madison Poorhouse, purveyor of fine drinks and fine times. If you want a free pint from the Madison Poorhouse, you can comment on our Instagram post with the secret hashtag we come up with over the course of the episode. And as long as you're not John Shevers, who's won it several times, you will get a pint token for a free beer. More to come on that at EIK Fellas on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
We're really doing the radio voices.
We're talking about a bunch of radio guys, so I gotta
Yeah,
get cool in the morning.
The trick is to smoke 3 packs a day for 10 years, and then you'll have a great radio voice for 5 years, and then you die of cancer.
Hell yeah.
But those 5 years, bro.
Those 5 years are
Burn bright,
Yeah.
die young.
Burn bright like a diamond? Is that it?
Shine bright like a
Shine
diamond.
bright like a diamond. We are joined today, as we always are, with one of our good friends. We have Paul making a return to the podcast.
Number 2.
Paul, tell us about yourself.
It is the return of the king here.
That's your title now?
Yeah.
Paul, king of podcasts.
Objectively speaking, my podcast, my last one, was the best episode.
It was a really good episode.
Yeah, and I'm not only saying that because it was just me. I'm saying that because that's the only one I listened to.
Dude, fucking
Just on
God.
repeat
Yeah.
constantly.
Hell yeah. Don't need another podcast. Why would you?
Exactly. Just listen to the smoothing sound of my own voice.
Dude, that narcissistic fucking thing is the best, bro.
Exactly. It gets you elected president. That's how it works.
All right, so we're going to move into the Old Man Minute real quick here. If you're new to the podcast, every week our father, he listens to our podcast, and then he sends an email recapping last week with like his little thoughts about it. So let's get into that. Howdy, EIK fellas. Newsflash from New Hartford. Stickman is back.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a crazy person from where we're from that just would walk around with the stick directing traffic.
Yeah.
He went away for a while. We thought he was dead. Didn't he try like rob a...
He brought a gun into a post
Yeah,
office
that's what
and
it was.
said that he put a bomb in a mailbox, and so they locked him away for a little bit.
Yeah.
But now he's back, and guess what? Newsflash from Albany, Ricky Sticks is back.
Who's Ricky Sticks?
Oh my God, he's a man that walks around collecting sticks, banging. He'll make a little beat on a trash can. Ricky Sticks, look out for him. You'll know him when you see him.
Gotta have him on the cast.
Yeah.
So he no longer carries a stick. He is clean shaven and sits on the park bench in front of the Italian chef, smoking and talking to himself while Chef Boredom ignores him. Let's go. Topic 111. You eat fries in your car? To test this theory, I drove to McDonald's Saturday and ordered a fish sandwich and medium fries. Old man, you're not supposed to eat that fucking food. You just had a stint put in. Did you forget that? Okay. As the 17-year-old wise ass handed me my bag, I said, I'm not going to eat the fries until I get home. He looked at me, smirked, and said, sure, dude.
Far out, man.
Yeah. 4.5 minutes later, I pulled into our driveway with only the sandwich and 4 bonus fries. Topic 2. Dogs are aliens. Nope. Dogs are guardian angels sent by God to love and protect us.
Hey, some people think that aliens are angels and angels are aliens. Smoke some DMT, Dad.
Cats are more likely controlled by aliens. Topic 3. Who is the daddiest dad of all rock? I think it's nearly impossible for any performer to be a good dad. While they're away, the kids are alone with mom, and he can't perform his prime fatherly duty, keeping mom off the kids' asses. Enough said. Love, the old man. P.S. Alex, and that's Alex Jones, has been lying pretty low lately. He's trying to get the Sandy Hook lawsuit dismissed because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, because he incited violence.
Yeah.
You know who else might need some lawsuit brought against her? Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
What'd she do now?
Well, she incited violence against the people of that fucking restaurant that didn't let her in.
But they didn't let her into the restaurant.
Yeah, but they did let her in. They just asked her to leave politely, and then she left politely, and then she doxed them online.
But the emails.
Okay, I forgot about that. Without further ado, we don't talk about politics.
We don't talk about those. It's been a weird couple weeks.
We're moving on now to topic number.
That was kind of scary.
Yeah.
That's the idea,
I think
Been
bro.
a couple scary weeks.
Yeah.
Spooky, scary, summertime spooky.
Jesus Christ. So on first topic today, gonna keep it light, breezy, sexy, smart.
Keep it smart, keep it sexy, keep it moving.
I wanted to, because I liked what you did last week, where you're like, oh, I'm gonna go back to the meat and potatoes of this podcast. We're gonna talk about the mundane.
The actual mundane.
So I thought as I was sitting at work on my lunch today, because I actually work now that I have a new position.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what could I do? I'm like, you know what? I'll just Google controversial topics.
Hell yeah.
What's the worst that could come up? And I actually found some like nice, wholesome ones. Like one of the first things, and I looked at when it was written. It was like 2015. I'm like, oh, that's a simpler time.
Before the dark times.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. So I got some of those. I found a BuzzFeed article, and I got some like kind of questions that the title of the article was like, what's going to be the most controversial topics at Thanksgiving in 2015.
Oh,
so
fun.
let's take a walk back.
Oh.
Into the Wayback Machine.
Yes. So the first one, and I told this one to Brendan, and he got really excited. He said I could do a whole topic on this. We'll see how long it goes. I got a bunch more after this.
Okay.
But the first one is a hot dog a sandwich? And what
I
is a
remember when
sandwich?
this was fucking tearing up the United States.
God.
So I'm not going to give away my position on this.
My answer is
What's your
hot
answer?
dogs are not sandwiches.
Yeah, I'm a structural purist. It
Okay.
needs because a hot dog bun is a single piece of bread that you
You're
cut in the middle.
goddamn right.
Yeah, but those two pieces of bread, what are they doing to that hot dog? What are they doing?
The same thing a sub roll does to a sub.
Thank you, Brendan.
That is not
They
true.
are sandwiching that hot dog. They're sandwiching that hot dog.
There was a time before sandwiches. Okay?
I had to think this is the only one we're going to talk about.
There was a time before sandwiches, and then a great man,
The Earl of
as far
Sandwich.
as far as I know,
Yeah.
the Me Too era, he could have touched somebody inappropriate, and then he's fucking canceled. But
That is canceled.
Yeah.
He's just canceled from history.
yeah,
Can't eat sandwiches anymore.
so he said, "Listen, I like meat and I like bread. Why not cut them up, give it to me? I've got a bread-based delivery system for the meat to my mouth."
Uh-huh.
Okay, but what he said was, "Cut the fucking bread in twain."
I think you're being a little closed-minded, my brother.
Give me a sandwich that has a split top like a fucking hot dog.
A sub.
No.
A sub.
Split
There's
top.
a reason that a sub has a different name. It's called
It's
a
a
sub.
submarine sandwich, a hero sandwich.
Oh, he fucking
a
got you
hoagie.
there. I'm sorry. I can't defend it. It is called a submarine sandwich or a hoagie.
So no, but so that is historical revisionism because it's called a sub, and then they added in the word sandwich later in order to try and get it into a lower tax bracket.
I'll check your sources on that one.
Don't. Just trust me.
Our father always tells us that the IRS takes all tips and investigates them. So let's
that's
get
true.
on top of fucking Subway.
So, in my opinion, even if there is not two pieces of bread, sandwiching it, if there's bread sandwiching a piece of meat, cheese, any type of accoutrement, that is a sandwich.
Is bruschetta a fucking sandwich?
No, because it's not sandwiched on both sides of the accoutrement.
What if there's a slight curvature?
That's
to
a
the
sandwich.
bread?
It's a bruschetta sandwich.
You fucking piece of shit.
All right, but Chris, with your definition, where does it end?
It doesn't.
Is a taco a sandwich?
Is a taco a sandwich?
That's a wrap,
my boy?
dog.
Ooh.
That's a wrap because that's a different type of bread, different subset of sandwiches.
So what makes a hot dog not a wrap? Because it is one
It's
piece
not a
of bread
it's-
wrapping around the thing.
That's a fluffy tortilla.
Ooh, that's a fluffy tortilla.
By the way, can that be a punk band name, Fluffy Tortilla?
Fluffy tortilla.
tortilla.
I don't know if that's a punk band. I feel like, I mean, unless they're like
post-rock.
ironic fucking. It could be a rap group too. Fluffy tortilla.
Fluffy tortilla.
The hardcore rap group, Fluffy Tortilla.
I feel like Fluffy is a tough one to get in for a musician. Nobody really wants to be Fluffy. Like we're not fucking Gabriel Iglesias.
Ugh.
Remember
He's still
that?
alive. You know that?
Still alive. Well, I hope he is. He's like
yeah.
fucking 40.
I didn't think that he was dead.
So he was on a podcast. I can't remember whose it was. I don't know why.
Ours.
Yeah, he's been on the cast. But he was talking about how he gets like emails from people asking him if he's still alive, like all the fucking time.
Do they put like red receipts on them so in case like they know if he opened? They didn't know if he opened them.
Why would you email the person that you think is dead?
I don't know. After a couple of beers, maybe I'll start emailing some of my dead, dead
that's
celebrity
fair.
people. Yeah, you know.
All right. So if a hot dog is not a sandwich, what is it? Is the real question. I think.
This conversation, no matter how many times I've heard it, always ends up with, "But is a taco a sandwich?" It's always
That's the
hinge
only defense
of this
that you have.
Is
conversation.
falafel a sandwich?
Yeah,
A wrap, falafel wrap. Is a wrap a fucking sandwich? Is the question.
Yeah, a wrap's a sandwich.
Okay,
it's a
then
different
Then
type
why,
of sandwich.
then why do you have a different word for it? Why can't it just be a
So
sandwich?
then why do you call it a submarine sandwich
Or a
Why do you call
because
it
it's
a hoagie
because
sandwich?
Because it's a sub. A sub is a different thing.
So you wouldn't consider a sub a sandwich?
No, a sub is a sub. When I say, "Hey, I want a sandwich," I think of a smaller delivery method. When I say, "Hey, I want a sub," I mean I'm feeling really fat and I want a big honkin' 12-inch thing to just eat for the rest of the day and feel awful about myself.
I'm cutting out that audio.
I just like when I say I want a sandwich, that could run the gambit of just about anything. It could be
Oh, is a fucking pizza a sandwich? What the fuck are we doing here? Is a calzone a fucking sandwich? Are there no goddamn rules anymore?
Okay, man. See, now you need to take a breath.
Oh, ooh, you're getting me mad. Ooh, Satan's gonna come out.
He's pointing at.
Oh boy. Oh, you're getting me fucking mad, boy.
Oh, Satan's in the building.
That was not an invitation for the Dark Lord to come hang out.
Listen, Chris, I gotta ask you a question. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes, the hot
Is a
dog's
fucking calzone a sandwich?
No, it's not because it's baked.
Okay, if I take a piece of pizza and I put another piece of pizza on top of it, is that a sandwich?
Why not?
You're going straight to hell, my boy. See you soon. Bye.
This society was built on rules. There are rules that govern our life. There are societal norms, and if we start fucking with them, it's going to take society down.
This is why we're in the situation we're in the United States, is because people stop believing in logic and reason.
So 2015 is when this whole thing came up. You know what happened the next year?
you know what happened.
This, I think that's empirical proof that this debate is tearing apart our society.
I wonder, is it maybe like, are we in like the fucking time wave or something like that? Like the Berenstain Bears,
So yeah,
Bears shit?
like
the Mandela effect.
Yeah, exactly.
like in a different timeline, like the question.
It never came up and nobody gave a shit.
or Kim was like, no, it's not a sandwich, or yeah,
Not
it's a
a-
sandwich, and nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
And then everything went on normally.
Yep, that was our fucking. That was the trial moment for us as a species. If we couldn't fucking put away our differences and decide whether or not a hot dog is a sandwich, we could have
it's the
fucking
great
lived
filter.
in peace. Exactly.
It's the great filter. If a hot dog is a sandwich,
All other alien civilizations have had this debate,
they've all fallen
destroyed
because of
themselves.
even the alien civilizations that were made up of only hot dog shaped beings.
Yeah,
They're like, are we sandwiches? And it was much more destructive
Or
to
are
their
we
culture than
dancers?
ours.
existential. Yeah.
it. Are we sandwich or are we dancer? That's the real debate.
Is that the fucking Killers?
I always
Yeah.
hated that song because
Because it's a bad song.
well, one, because it's a bad song, and two, because it doesn't grammatically make any fucking sense.
Yeah, I know.
We can't be a singular unless they're a hive mind. Are they an ant colony?
We are Legion. We are Dancer. Think about it.
What is the actual lyric? It's are we
human or are we dancer?
Yeah, what is dancer?
Something.
And also
What's the
implying
answer?
that dancers are not human.
Yeah, well,
No, dude.
Well,
I'm
they're
a
hired-
savage beast when I get in that mode. You gotta see me go. I'll do dips and twirls and flips and you know what I'm saying.
I want to hit a couple more of these.
Okay. So what did we land on? That me and Paul are right because there's two of us and one of you.
Nah, hot dog sandwich.
Nope, wrong.
God, the rest is just kind of like pale in comparison.
You should really save that one for last.
Yeah, I really should. I shouldn't have led with that. What's better, night people or morning people? You suck, Andy. Night people are better.
I'm not necessarily a morning person.
You get up in the morning.
I get up in the morning, but that doesn't mean I'm a morning person. I'm just not a piece of shit.
Getting up late doesn't make you a piece of shit.
No, it doesn't.
What
But
time is early, Andy?
I don't know. I get up at 6:30 most days.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
early.
get up at 6 most. Even on the
No,
weekend, I usually get
why?
up at 6.
And on the weekend, I'll sleep in and feel weird.
I get up at between 7:30 and 7:40, so I can be at the office at 8:00.
That's a pretty tight schedule you got there, buddy.
Yep. And you get all those Z's.
I always attempt to wake up at 8, and then I inevitably hit snooze until 8:30,
Hell
and
yeah,
then
my man.
yeah,
High
and-
five.
and then run out of my bed, panic, take a shower really, really fast at
Yeah.
speed to work.
Well, you gotta take a shower at night. That's another question. Shower at night or in the morning?
Oh, I can't fucking do the shower at night. I
Really?
sweat. I sweat when I
it goes
sleep.
it puts me to bed.
Yeah, well, I agree with the medicinal purposes
Yeah.
of it, but as far as being clean in the morning, no.
Nah, just rub some vodka on your pits
Okay.
and just get in your car and drive to work.
It's called a Polish shower.
A Russian
Frat tips with Chris.
Yeah.
There's actually this huge debate between Poland and Russia over who actually
Who
invented
owns vodka, yeah.
I'm gonna lean towards Poland.
Yeah, because
They probably did.
they probably
Yeah.
did. I feel like
and then Russia came in and stole it.
Russia tends to just subjugate the people around them.
Yep.
So
Also, Poland didn't kill 100 million people.
yeah, so they get
Yeah,
a
that's
fucking
fair.
pass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, Poland,
yeah.
for
And
everything that's happened to you.
Yeah.
We've
seriously.
now all been targeted by Russian intelligence, and we're probably all going to die.
You know what though? If we get attacked or like targeted by the Russian trolls, maybe people actually listen to our podcast.
They'll have to download it to figure out what's
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Get
They're-
some sweet sponsors.
Yeah, it's like listen. All the listeners are from Vladivostok, but we've got 50,000 per episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking botnet. This episode of EIK is brought to you by Russian Stereotype, a product. It's brought to you by Cabbage Soup.
cabbage soup. What?
The borscht.
The borscht. Borscht is good. I like
Borscht is really tasty.
Fuck yeah,
Well,
stain,
like
your,
Eastern-
stain your tongue, baby.
Eastern European food is good because it's nice and hearty.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Warm you up
Yeah.
on a cold day.
Well, any type of poverty
Yeah,
food, in my
a-
opinion, is delicious.
any peasant food is amazing.
That was the line from Anthony Bourdain. I want to eat like a what's called an Italian peasant.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah. That's where pasta came from.
Yep. So another one was how do you pronounce GIF? It's GIF.
Yeah, GIF. Anyone who says otherwise is just wrong.
Yep.
GIF.
Including the creator.
GIF.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that was
Fuck him.
that was no. I mean, honestly, that was a debate. Does an artist own his own art, or once it
No.
becomes a part of the cultural experience, does it no longer belong to them, and then the people get to control it?
I firmly believe in the death of the artist theory.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm
where-
behind that.
I'm behind it, except for remake Star Wars, because that
Have you checked out
Wait.
that Twitter?
Which Star Wars are you talking?
The newest one.
the newest
The
one.
Last
They,
Jedi.
Oh yeah, the Last Jedi. There's a whole Twitter about trying to remake the new Star Wars.
they just want to get rid of all the women and the black people.
It's amazing.
Oh
You
my
should
God.
really follow the Twitter.
I-
I send them messages once in a while.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just it's
Okay,
great.
occasionally I'll remember that people like are awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice affirmation of that.
Well, because someone went through the effort of making a quote defeminized edit of the
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
Jedi.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was like 40 minutes long.
Yeah,
It's the story of how Kylo Ren doesn't get a
walks
job
ar-
because of affirmative action.
he walks around fucking shirtless the entire
Yeah,
fucking
he
time, probably.
fucking punches a council or whatever the fuck he
Yeah.
does.
And he's really respectful to all the police, and they leave him alone.
Yeah.
Last Jedi had its faults. It was a very good movie though.
Yeah, of
Last
course.
Jedi was a masterpiece, and you can fight me.
The casino stuff I could.
Yeah,
that
you
was a
could do
that was a
without the
bit
casino
that was a bit
scene.
on the nose,
Here it goes.
and I think it could have been done a little more like it could have been toned. It could have been pulled back a little bit. I
It
feel
was thematically necessary for Finn's story to be able to see that
Yeah.
level of
Oh, yeah,
depravity.
yeah, no,
because he was supposed to be the
I get
Han
that,
Solo of the
but
thing.
it could have been done better.
Don't
yeah,
pose the Han Solo.
Well, yeah, but I want to think in the sense of wanting to join the resistance.
Not the best Han Solo. I think he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. Paul, I don't want you to walk out.
I like the scene. I like the straight up anime sequence where she fucking hyper jumps through the other ship. That shit was wild.
Spoilers.
That was-
eat a dick, whatever.
It was really
That was
cool.
baller,
It
yeah.
was cool, but it is a giant plot hole by itself.
It's a huge plot because why haven't they done that before?
It was
Because
very
nobody's
effective.
willing to fucking crash a plane through the. Never mind.
It was very effective in the moment, but if you could completely just destroy a ship like that, then that's how you would destroy ships. Is you
Because-
would make missiles that do that.
Well,
yeah
because
suicide.
yeah, exactly.
Because shut up.
But it
because
was
fuck
so
you,
cool
that's
that
why.
I'm willing to forgive.
Yeah,
the
it was
giant plot
very-
hole.
Dude, it was like a
very
straight up anime
Yeah.
sequence. It was rad.
Oh yeah, you just needed some J-pop in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no,
Did that bat to the bam? That's like the intro sequence that's like 10 minutes long on every anime.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
So I got one more, and then this was a whole big list. I cut it down to my favorites, obviously.
Okay.
And the last one was like, this is the best one. The one you want to ask all your family members on Thanksgiving about. Fuck, marry, kill.
Yes.
Ice cream, pizza, Netflix. I shit you not, that was on a fucking.
That is
Really?
a tough one, man.
Ooh,
Okay.
Well,
So
it's an easy one for me.
The thing is,
You think?
that
Yeah,
the
I'll
thing
tell
is,
you
is
why.
that I no longer think Netflix is the best
Streaming service.
platform.
Well,
Streaming
it's
service.
2015. Take your back self
yeah,
back to
That's
2015.
true. In 2015,
put
yeah.
your what do you watch more than Netflix?
Hulu.
Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu's pretty good. They got Letterkenny. That's the second time I've mentioned that.
Hulu is the one that it's the one that you watch the comfort shows.
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Netflix will have some new stuff, more for
HBO is
originals.
probably like my most consistent, like the thing
Oh, yeah.
I will consistently pay for.
You see, I didn't think
because-
I never think about HBO because I think of it as HBO, not as
yeah,
streaming
it is a
service.
streaming service though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely not TV.
Yeah.
It's HBO.
Prime Video has been getting better.
Yeah, The Expanse. Thank you.
The Expanse,
Amazon.
The Expanse was amazing. Man in the High Castle is
still gotta
really
watch
fucking
that.
good.
I just if it's not going to come through my Chromecast, I'm not going to fucking watch it. Sorry.
Yeah, well, so my my new TV has Chromecast built in, and I can watch it.
Yeah.
But you can watch Amazon. You gotta mirror your phone.
Yeah,
to put on the
okay. Like,
Chromecast.
I'm
It's
gonna
kind of
fucking do that. Everybody's gonna watch.
Or you
my-
can use a laptop.
Yeah, my fucking lock screen is a dick pic, and what I'm gonna display that in front of my family.
You can use your laptop.
Okay. Anyway, also
You should watch The Expanse.
I will. Fuck, marry, kill. Easy for me. I don't eat sweets. Fuck Netflix. Marry pizza. Kill ice cream.
I'm gonna have to go. Fuck ice cream.
Yep.
Marry pizza.
Yeah, you got to marry.
Kill Netflix.
I'm fucking ice cream, marrying pizza with you. I'm gonna kill Netflix. I want to see what happens.
So you guys had the same answer.
Yeah.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. You said so. I said my
Not so
answer.
different,
I said
you
my
and I.
answer. You went no, and then you said the exact same answer that I did.
Well, it was mine now. So
Paul said that hot dogs weren't a sandwich, and then you said no, and then you said hot dogs aren't a sandwich. See, now we're doing true revisionist history.
Well, you see what I meant is that they were.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, yeah, that was fun and breezy, right?
2015 was fun, man. It was a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah.
You know, we all used to be happier.
Right before Order 66 happened.
Yeah, exactly. Before fucking Trump threw the Senate at each other. And fucking Princess Amidala.
Excuse me, she was a queen.
Oh, I'm sorry at that point.
Well, actually, at that
Fucking
point, at that
matriarchy.
point, she was a senator.
Not matriarchy.
Yeah, that would be the matriarch.
Monarchy.
monarchies. Are
Monarchy. Oh, this
Apparently an
fucking
elected
imperialist
monarchy.
bastard.
You can't have a
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, that's how they got around it being undemocratic.
He's a great writer, that George Lucas.
George Lucas, yeah.
He's a great writer.
Look, you don't understand. Those movies were not directed at you; they were directed at kids. That's why there's so much political intrigue.
And trade agreements. Because I'll tell you what, whenever I have kids, I'm going to read them the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement as a bedtime story.
And we're moving on now to topic number 2.
All right, guys, for my topic, it's 2 words. flat.
Hell yeah!
Yes.
Earth, hell yeah!
Yeah, buddy. Okay, we're
Before
gonna
we
get the
even-
fucking
before we
truth
even
out.
Begin, I want to point out that Chris came over to me today to tell me the topic, and he said, "I was gonna do like flat Earth or something, but I know Chris, or I know Paul's gonna do that."
I'm glad I'm so easy to peg.
Listen, you work on it a little bit, you'll get easy to peg. You just got to limber up.
Oh, that's good.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Okay, so please inform us about
Yes.
the truth.
Yeah.
So the truth is that we have been lied to our entire lives, and that the Earth is not a globe. It is in fact a flat, motionless plane that is surrounded by a dome of something called the firmament,
Okay.
and the sun is a spotlight that's
Yep.
40 miles across, it's about 2,000 miles up, and it shines down locally, and then it moves around in a figure 8, and that's what makes the seasons. And gravity is a lie, and NASA is funded by a satanic cabal that wants to keep us in the dark for reasons.
Okay, listen. Listen.
And break.
Okay. All I'm saying is it's not like people of ancient societies, maybe several hundred years BC figured out that the earth was a fucking ball and not a plate.
Oh yeah, Eratosthenes, and I think it was 300 BC, actually measured with shadows the circumference of the fucking
Yeah.
Earth. But
Sticks and shadows and math.
Bunch of cucks, if you ask me.
exactly,
true.
Eratosthenes didn't exist. It was a globalist lie.
It's true. Eratosthenes was the founding member of NASA.
Exactly.
You know what NASA stands for?
Never a straight
answer.
answer.
That's right.
It's now that I'm realizing I've watched too many of these
Yeah,
videos.
got the fucking rhetoric coming out.
So my favorite story from this is the guy that built the
Rocket.
the rocket,
The rocket, the
but he
homemade
really,
rocket.
but he really was trolling. He just wanted to make a rocket, and he got it funded by flat Earth people. He doesn't believe the Earth's flat. He just wanted to make a rocket.
Yeah, he's just a stunt man.
Yeah, he's a stunt man.
He does stunt
He
stuff.
just wanted to make.
Yeah,
these
and-
people are so stupid.
Yeah, and-
I mean, so enlightened.
Exactly. So enlightened. They operate at a higher level than we do.
Oh,
their
absolutely.
IQs are so high. They're the only ones who actually truly appreciate Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah, I mean,
This is true.
Listen,
Yeah.
you got I mean,
Speaking of Rick and Morty, ooh.
oh dude, we're done with fucking. I don't know. All of them are canceled. I think
No. Adult Swim said they're not getting rid of Dan Harmon.
they're not getting rid of him.
You sure what happened?
No, what happened?
Oh, so
Same thing with James Gunn, right?
sort of.
Old tweets, old
No,
stuff.
it was an old pilot that he had pitched where it was a spoof on Dexter,
Okay.
where a detective goes back and fucks the children version of serial killers, and there was a clip of Dan Harmon having sex with not a baby, obviously, but it was pretty. I didn't watch it. I understand it's really not that crazy, but he's pretending to have sex with a baby doll.
Mm-hmm.
It came out 2009 or some shit like that. So Dan Harmon has now deleted his Twitter
Okay.
and released a statement saying it was in bad taste about all that shit.
Okay.
And Adult Swim came out saying, yeah, we're weird. We're not that weird, but also we're keeping Dan. So
I mean, he made a lot of money for them.
yeah.
I stopped
So
listening.
did James Gunn for Disney though.
Yeah, James Gunn. I think that was pretty much a hit job by the far
Yeah,
right, wasn't that?
was 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll
Well,
probably
yeah,
get
the thing on
reversed.
Dan Harmon was too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
I
James
mean,
Gunn
but I
petition
think-
is almost at 300,000 people.
Yeah, no, it's
Um,
ridiculous.
and obviously his firing was part of the conspiracy to cover up the flat Earth.
Well,
Yeah.
he's a big proponent
Of space.
of space.
And space doesn't exist.
That's true. He made Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's a movie that proposes that there are other worlds beyond the sphere around the Earth.
And everyone knows that anyone who says that there are aliens are actually demons. And anyone who says that, hey, aliens exist are actually going, hey, we need a one world government so that Satan can rule on the earth.
Right.
And then we can forget the light of God.
Yep, absolutely.
So I'm gonna take off my flat hat for a second. I'm gonna put on a round hat. Put on a tinfoil hat, Paul.
I always wear one.
Awesome.
You
I
can't
want
let
you.
the government hear your thoughts.
I want
Exactly.
you to enlighten us on some questions. There's nothing on my phone, but I feel like this adds to the effect.
Yeah, it's great because listeners at home wouldn't know either way.
Yeah. So what stars do?
What are stars?
Yeah. What they do?
Stars. You see, there's a lot of debate in the flat Earth community
Okay.
over
Well,
what stars are.
I mean,
they could be holes in the firmament where
Yeah.
where the light of the beyond shines through.
Ooh, the beyond, you say. Oh,
yeah.
Continue. But, yeah.
it's like a big cheesecloth. Okay.
Yeah, and
and
then
that's
it's
the
just-
way coming through, and then on the outside, that cheese gets danker and danker.
Okay. But what about skin cancer?
What about it?
What about it?
How's it happen?
From the sun, bro.
Yeah,
But the sun spotlight.
yeah. Sun's a spotlight.
But it's a spotlight that gives
Yeah.
you cancer. Come
Yeah.
on.
So if you're in a spotlight long enough,
Yeah.
that's just what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I've got a question about the figure 8 pattern that it goes in.
Yeah.
Is that like before a hockey game when the guy with the spotlight does the din 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 din? Is that what that is? It's God giving a fanfare?
So that thing with the hockey games, that's actually a subliminal messaging for the Illuminati to try and get us to believe that that pattern is just associated with frivolity.
Right.
And it's not actually associated with the way that the universe
Right,
works.
they're flaunting their knowledge right in front of us. You got this flat
Exactly,
rink.
yeah.
You got the flat rink,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. And then you've got this figure 8 pattern going over it, and they're like, and coming out is the Utica Pioneers.
Are they the pioneers?
No, they're the Comets now.
Okay.
Listen, I was back in 2015.
So
Still.
so how do these? So I know this isn't the only. I'm not going to say theory. The only truth you know about
Yeah.
that you've been enlightened to.
Yeah. There are many truths.
So how does this, like, how do people that are flat earthers
Yeah.
feel about people that are, hollow mooners?
You see,
Hollow moon.
You see, the moon is a very, very interesting thing because we don't know if it's flat, if there's
If it's just painted up there.
we don't know if it's a hologram. Because the tides, obviously, the moon wouldn't influence the tides because gravity is a lie.
Right.
Then what the tides?
The magnetism.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or,
Yep, magnets.
Oh,
or,
of course.
or wind, maybe? Maybe wind?
Where does wind come from?
Wind comes from differences in temperature. You can do that on a flat plane.
I'm just asking.
Listen, if you just want to learn science, we can stop talking about the flat Earth. Okay, you're gonna waste my time.
It's the truest science.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, exactly. There's also an anti-moon that
An anti-moon, you
an
say?
anti-moon that's completely dark, whereas the moon is light. And then when they cross each other, that's how,
That's how you
lunar
get the
eclipses happen.
phases of the moon.
Well, you know what? That makes sense. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Yeah.
How come you can't see the anti-moon in the sky?
Because
Because
it's
it's
dark.
the anti-moon.
Oh, because it's dark, right?
Because it's the anti-moon.
But you don't
Andy.
see like
You
missing
idiot.
stuff. Missing
You fucking idiot.
Sorry.
Is it a little bit smaller than the real moon? What is the real moon?
It's made of cheese. I'm pretty sure, right? That's part of it, right?
So we don't know because we've never been there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Stanley Kubrick filmed that.
Yeah. Moon landing.
I knew that one.
Yeah.
Ain't real.
Yeah, and around the edge is a 200-foot tall ice wall that's guarded by the United Nations.
No. It's guarded.
it's guarded by Jon Snow.
Yeah, the Night's Watch.
Jon Snow.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Season 8's coming out, guys. Like, fucking get ready.
Eventually, yeah.
yeah.
Winds of Winter, however, is never coming
No.
out.
He's gonna die.
I've been watching a lot of Shift Alt X.
Alt Shift X?
Alt Shift X.
Yeah,
He's-
I
he's
love those
really
videos.
good.
They're great.
He does like breakdowns of all like Games of Thrones theories and shit like
yeah.
that. Check him out. I fell into a hole over the weekend. Like, I watched
It's
fucking
all
3 hours.
It's
of it.
all based around the books.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
which is
he
nice.
talks about the
He talks
show,
about
too.
differences between
Yeah.
them generally.
Yeah.
Okay, so moon landing was faked.
Obviously.
Stanley Kubrick filmed
Well,
it.
that's not even a question.
Right.
I mean,
Here-
all space is faked.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course.
So what is out there?
Just like an ether, right? Like that's the idea. It's just kind of like
Yeah. So beyond the firmament, so there are two camps. There's like the religious camp that believes in the firmament and all the shit because
It's like the outer gates of
yeah,
heaven or something like that.
Yeah, so there's like Earth's flag because that's what the Bible says.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And and beyond
They don't really like people of color.
right.
Yeah.
However, there's also the faction that tries to explain all this shit scientifically.
Okay.
And they say that the Earth is constantly accelerating upwards at the it's constantly going faster at the whatever acceleration is needed to give us the illusion of gravity.
Okay.
So
And also like keep all the water from running off the edges.
mhm.
Okay.
That's what the ice wall's for.
Oh, right.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, cereal bowl theory.
Yeah, but
So-
yeah.
So where does the heat come from?
From the sun?
That's the spotlight.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So spotlight provides the
I
heat.
feel like we have to give you. I feel like we have to give you a lesson in spotlights real quick.
I've seen a spotlight.
Yeah, they're warm.
It hurt. Yeah. I'm not gonna say it hurts because I'm not a vampire, but I'm totally not a vampire.
How
guys.
big is this spotlight? Because you mentioned it's like how
It's
40
like 40 miles across, I think.
40
Other than
miles
40
across.
feet.
No, 40 miles across. That's in the 1/10 scale model that I have in my basement.
it's just a plate
40 miles across.
with a light with a flashlight.
Funny story,
Doing the
actually.
figure eight.
So I went on a date with this girl, and I don't know how flat Earth came up. This is probably why I'm still single. I don't know how flat Earth came up.
Thinks you brought it up.
Maybe, but she had mentioned that her mother is a flat earther,
Interesting.
and she wrote a book of poetry about flat Earth. And
Shall I compare
And-
you to a summer's day?
and I later
That worked more flat.
later that week, I was watching a video that came out of because they had a flat Earth convention earlier this year down in like South Carolina or something, and
Where else would you
her
have it?
mother was in the video.
Hell yeah. Well, there's only like. How many flat earthers are there really?
That's the
They are
question.
legion.
I feel like they're overrepresented.
We are legion.
That's
are
the
dancer.
thing because you never know
We are
who's
dancer.
who's trolling and who's actually.
Yeah, I just
true
feel
believer.
like the loudest voices are rising to the top, and it's probably like 300 people.
Yeah, because like I feel relatively protective of this because for some like back in like 2012, 2013, I first found out that these guys were still out there, and this was my conspiracy theory.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
this is the thing this is my nuclear option. I could bring this one out and people were like, "No way, that still happens." But now everyone fucking knows about flat Earth.
Yeah.
And there are people who are bringing it up before I can. And now I'm like, well, what is my life anymore? I don't have meaning.
Right. Well, it's like, when people.
Hypercube or whatever the fuck.
Oh,
it's called.
time cube?
Time cube.
Oh,
You can pull a time cube
I
out.
love Time Cube.
Makes no fucking sense.
Well, because the man was a
whatsoever.
schizophrenic.
Yeah. Have you heard of time cube?
No, what's Time Cube?
I'll send you a video.
Please.
It's this. It's
So each day is 4 days, and
Okay.
time is a cube.
Cube
and
has
there
6
are-
sides.
And yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry. Please explain.
so the end of it is he has this outlandish. It's not outlandish. It's the truth. This theory.
hashtag truth.
Hashtag truth. Hashtag hot dogs or sandwiches. And
No, let's not go that far.
So he has this whole thing. He puts it out to the world and saying like, if you can disprove this, then I will give you like $10,000.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think it was like that. Yeah.
And everybody's like, yeah, this is obviously bullshit. Like, no, it's not. Like, that's like the end of the conversation. You fucking die.
You're wrong. No, you are.
No, you are. He like talked to like Princeton or some shit too, right?
Oh no, it was MIT.
MIT, yeah. Just like explaining his theory. It's great.
Can't
Yeah.
get enough, man.
Yeah. And that's the thing about a lot of these flat Earth like guys is that any evidence you show them is like, no, it's fake.
Yeah,
well,
it's
I mean, who has pictures from space? NASA.
NASA.
Who do you never get a straight answer out of? NASA.
NASA.
Right. It is great that they did make their name the same thing that they are always doing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What does NASA actually stand for?
National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
No, it means nerds, assholes, Satanists, and more assholes.
Yeah. NASAMNA.
I mean, okay. The thing about conspiracy theories like this, really, a lot of the ones that theorize the shape of the
conspiracy theory.
Thank you. Conspiracy theory is a term used to silence the truth.
Exactly. It's a psyop. The whole thing's a psyop.
Everything's a psyop.
False flag psyop. Like, yeah.
I mean, the thing that I always find with them is that they're a lot of fun until you hit like the anti-Semitic part of them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
It's always there.
Oh, it's
It's a-
2 layers down.
yeah. It's a good time up until it starts talking about the superiority of the white race.
Yeah.
Because that eventually comes up.
Or like when you hear the word cabal.
Yeah.
You gotta know that it's coming next.
That one of my favorite things is that a lot of people say that the reptilian conspiracy, David Icke's thing about
yeah.
how they're shape shifting lizards.
Oh, yeah.
they think
It's the
that
old man's favorite, I think.
Yeah, they think that David Icke is using the reptilians as a code word for the Jews.
No way.
And then David Icke comes out and he goes, "No, I'm not talking about the Jews. I'm talking about actual shape shifting, blood drinking
Aliens.
reptilians."
Yeah.
You have a lot of fun with conspiracy theories. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
fun with history.
I mean, the thing about it is, fantasy is fun.
Yeah.
Fantasy is what we consume in media all the time. But the problem is, not everything's a movie. Things actually happen.
Yeah. But like it is like I understand why someone would buy into this because I've watched so many of these fucking videos. I've wasted so much
yeah.
of my life
Yeah.
on these
Wasted?
excuse me.
Brother?
I'm sorry. Am I wasting my time on my PhD right now? I believe you're doing research.
That's right. I have done so much research on this that
Thank you.
I will after like a 2-hour binge on these videos, I will think maybe Earth is flat.
I don't think it's really flat, but I can understand
So
it.
I heard an explanation from somebody online. I believe they were talking to like some prominent YouTuber. I think it was like Shane Dawson or something like that.
Hey,
And
last name is me.
exactly. Well,
Same
now
last
you've
name
been
as me.
doxxed. You just doxed yourself, fool.
Oh fuck, you're right.
Nobody listens to us. Don't
Fine.
So in what he was saying, he was talking about how he's a flat earther, but what he said was, I don't care what the shape of the earth is. I just think that sometimes the government is hiding information from us, which is true.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
It's a seed at which you can grow a mighty tree of doubt from, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of shady shit, especially in the 60s and 70s that the government did, like MK Ultra.
Yeah, like trying to dose New York City with LSD.
Yes, like fucking all the experiments they did with chemical weapons in the New York City subway system.
Gay bomb, baby.
When they released the game.
bomb.
I mean, the thing about it is, it's just like you take shit that the government actually did, or the FBI or the CIA actually did, and then you just put an action movie plot on top of it because what they did was boring but crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
It was like I
turning the frickin' frogs gay.
Exactly.
I'm tired. Putting shit in the water.
Yeah.
Turn the friggin' frogs gay.
So Alex Jones actually did say, like,
Is he a flat earther?
he's not, but what he did say is like, some of these flat Earth guys, like, I don't really buy what they're saying, but the media's saying that the Earth is round. I don't believe anything the media says. So
Up is down, black is white. You know, it's just it's the kind of thinking that's really fun when you're like 15, baby. You're like, fuck you, mom and dad. I don't believe in you. And the government is your mom and dad when you're an adult. And you just say, fuck you, I don't believe anything you say. So when you say up, I say down. When you say Earth is round and we have pictures of it, you say, no, no, no. Those are doctored pictures.
So
There's a really great theory about what drives people to conspiracy theories that I really like and think is probably pretty accurate for most people that are really into them. And it's that chaos is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world is extremely chaotic. And saying that there is a special cabal of people that is secretly controlling everything, while that seems more sinister, is actually a lot less scary than the chaos of the real world. And
Right.
9/11 is like the best example. That's just like, if you look at 9/11, it's insane. Just a couple of guys with box cutters crash a couple of planes into buildings. Like, it's chaos. What can you just stop it? It's scary, you know, to look at the world that way. But if you replace it with, well, George Bush got together with his buddies, and it was all a false flag operation,
Or to do a giant satanic ritual.
yes,
oh yeah,
you know,
Satanism's
Bohemian
always
Grove,
Yeah. Yeah,
then
exactly.
that's actually less scary.
Well, because
on
it
net.
still falls into an idea that there is a God figure. Like,
Yeah.
if you think
Yeah.
that the devil walks on the earth, then that means that that God is just behind the fucking ferment, you know, poking through the stars, looking through
So-
you when you're on the potty.
what if the CIA is propping up all these conspiracy theories to make us not look at other real things that are going on?
That is another conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
So like the idea that like, you know, they prop up all this crazy shit, and then, you know, we kind of look the other way for like, you know, Operation Paperclip, where
Yeah,
we just
where
took
we
a
took
whole
a bunch of
bunch
Nazi
fucking
scientists.
scientists.
Yeah.
That like happened.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
the V2 rocket should have had or not the V2 rocket, the Apollo rocket should have had a fucking swastika on the side. That's what Henry Zabrowski quote.
Tuskegee.
yeah.
Tuskegee experiments.
Tuskegee
yeah.
experiments where they just gave people syphilis and didn't tell them and told them they were treating them and didn't treat them just so you could see the long-term effects. Don't want to give away too much, but there's a movie in theaters called Three Identical Strangers that you should look into if you want to hate the government a little bit.
Oh, really?
Oh,
It's like it's like that. Yeah, because I saw you tweeted about that.
so fucking good, dude. It'll rock your fucking world. Anyway, go ahead.
What was
Tell
that?
me what shape the fucking Earth is, bro.
Okay, so I've moved on from flat Earth.
Okay.
It's a donut.
Ah, and why is this?
I like this.
So this is cutting edge.
Okay.
Right here.
We're breaking right now.
Yeah, breaking this right now. The Earth is a donut, and the sun. So sort of how the sun does a figure eight on flat Earth, the sun does a figure eight. It goes into the hole in the center,
Up around
up
the on
around the
bottom
other
side.
How
Like
does
a
it not? How
serpentine.
does it not melt the fucking glaze?
psyop. You are a psyop.
Real picture.
Hell yeah. Ooh, I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
I need to smoke so much weed and just think about this, and then that's gonna be my research for the night.
I mean, the thing about it is,
I would almost behind that more than the flat Earth, to be honest.
I mean, have you ever actually looked at like maps where they're like, the maps that you see are not actually what the shape of the continents and all that shit are. Like,
yeah,
a lot of things underrepresented or overrepresented
Like
because of,
Europe.
yeah,
yeah, Europe's tiny.
Yeah,
The US is
wherever
huge.
white people are really overrepresented.
Yeah, Africa
because
i-
white people make the maps.
right. And like Africa is massive, and
Yeah.
they make it tiny, and well, not tiny, but smaller than it actually is.
When I visited Asia, when I visited China and South Korea.
The real one right there.
Oh yeah, mhm.
Yeah. Ooh.
yeah. So when I visited China and South Korea, there were world maps that were up, and they were centered on East Asia.
Right,
Because
Because that's where they live.
Yeah, that's where they live. But me, as someone who's from a white people country, I had never seen a centered map that was not where white people are, and it
Right.
blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had a teacher in high school. He taught AP European
Euro?
AP
Yeah.
Euro, AP European history. Mr. Walters. He's kind of an asshole, but
He's a creepo.
Mr. Walters White.
Yes.
And he had a big ass map of the world up in his room, and it was centered on Europe as opposed to the U.S.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
U.S. was like split in half, and like Europe
Right.
was around
I mean, the
Yeah.
reason why maps differ in size and all that is because it's hard to take a round surface
Yeah.
and put it onto a flat surface.
Which is why the
Shut the fuck up.
The UN's flag, where it's like centered on the North Pole.
Yeah.
That's what the flat Earth people say the shape of the world actually is. Well, they say how the world actually looks, like it's sort of the continents are all splayed out like that, rather than sort of the usual Mercator projection map that we're used to.
I have a problem with airplanes. Then
Yeah. What about airplanes that fly over the poles?
yeah,
Uh,
they go from
I've seen things about this, but I forget exactly what they say.
probably scream psyops.
Yeah, psyop.
I've never been on a plane.
Don't believe in them.
I don't trust them.
When I look out the window on a plane, you can see the curvature of the Earth if you're not a fucking dullard. If you watch a plane,
Atmospheric distortion.
if you watch a ship go out to sea, it looks
Atmospheric
like it's
distortion.
sinking because it's going over the goddamn horizon.
Atmospheric distortion.
If you're
man.
ever on a cruise ship, you can see the curvature of the Earth.
Atmospheric distortion.
Did I miss it? But did we talk about the Australia isn't real part yet?
No, we haven't actually.
Oh, okay. I wanted to make sure we got to that if we
Yeah,
didn't.
I
yet.
love that Australia is not real.
Australia is not real.
But what about
great.
kangaroos?
They
Good day,
are.
mate.
Psyop.
Is the style. So they're
Dogs in
It's
costumes.
a distortion on the horizon.
distortion on the horizon. Yeah. So
Psyop, mate.
Yeah, so the theory is that Great Britain just brought all their criminals out into the middle of the ocean and then just tossed them off and murdered them.
Yes, I love this.
So they had to invent Australia as a way of making it seem like they didn't murder thousands of people.
Well, they wouldn't give a shit about that.
But now, exactly, yeah. And imperial power doesn't fucking give a shit if people know that they kill people
Yeah,
because they do it all the goddamn
Yeah.
time. That's what an empire is.
Yeah.
But apparently Great Britain wanted to have its image, so they made up Australia, and now they have to keep the conspiracy going, otherwise people are going to find out this thing that they did like hundreds of years ago. So whenever anyone thinks that they're going to Australia, they're going to South America, and everyone in Australia is a paid actor. Anyone with an Australian accent is a paid actor.
But New Zealand.
New Zealand exists, Australia doesn't.
Sorry, dude. I don't make the rules. And on that note, we're moving on now to topic number three. Okay, folks. Topic number 3.
Also flat Earth. Let's go.
One more again. Roll it around. Back it on up. Bring it back.
Flat Earth to Electric Boogaloo. Let's go.
All right, guys. I want to talk to you guys about something very near and dear to my heart, and it's magicians.
Magician's weird.
So I'm not talking about ceremonial magicians. I'm not talking about people who do magic with a K, like Aleister Crowley. I'm talking about
People that do illusions.
I'm talking about illusionists.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about people who do their razzmatazz on the stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Now, do you guys have a favorite magician? Job from. Solid answer. Solid answer. Do you have one, Paul?
I don't. The thing is, I'm gonna say David Blaine just because he's the one that immediately comes to mind.
Mind freak.
No, that's Chris Angel.
Chris Angel.
I was like, we'll get to him. Okay.
Do you know who George H.W. Bush heard?
Oh yeah, his favorite is David Copperfield, in which he touches women's asses too.
Yeah.
those bums.
Yeah. Good job.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
He's
so
a dirty old man.
I picked out 4 different magicians.
Okay.
And I just have a little couple facts we can talk a little bit about. I want to know what you guys know, and we'll go around like that. Harry Houdini.
Oh yeah.
He's kind of like one of
Mind freak.
He's the original mind freak.
Yeah.
No. So my heading for him was Harry Houdini was kinky because
You like it,
he was an
tied
escape
up?
artist, right?
Yeah.
He got tied up. He got thrown underwater. He got fucking put himself in perilous situations. None of this is magic, though. Is what I'm trying to really get across here. He's just getting, like, you're escaping from handcuffs, right?
Yeah.
You're underwater. You're not underwater anymore. You're not fucking doing any prestidigitation. You're not fucking,
nice.
turning fucking flowers into
Tumble
doves.
over that word.
Top of the tongue to the tip of the teeth. Some fun facts about
An illusion.
It's all an illusion, just like the flat Earth or the round Earth. So he nearly died once from getting buried alive. He had a stunt where he got buried alive, and he literally fucking Kill
got
Billed himself out of the fucking
Buried
coffin.
alive, bro.
Yeah, there's a reason why you shouldn't do that. Do you guys know he was an aviator?
I did not.
He trained pilots for World War I how to escape from ropes and handcuffs in case they were captured,
That's
which is
pretty fucking
hilarious.
cool.
Awesome.
I just wonder what other magician tricks he taught them. He's like, now listen, if you,
Why
always carry a dove with you.
Why isn't that a movie? I want to see that as a movie,
dude.
Yeah,
Or
like Harry Houdini teaching.
A limited HBO series.
Yeah.
Harry Houdini goes to war.
Yeah, it just
Dude, I'd fucking watch that.
yeah, going down into the trenches like, hello, German army. What do I have here? Oh, it's a dove. It's like, oh yes, that's good. Oh,
Very good. Very good. Very good.
we have to go home to the Kaiser and tell him about this.
Where's our pointy hats?
Okay,
I've
he's
listened to Hardcore History about the March to Apocalypse. The
Oh, World
Apocalypse.
War I?
Blueprint for the
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
my
great
God.
series.
God, that is heart wrenching.
Oh yeah, it's
yeah. World War I was much more terrifying than
awful.
people gave
Yeah.
it credit for.
Ah.
Go get them, boys.
Yeah.
Quick historical fact: the Iran-Iraq War was very similar to World War One because they were
fucking
basically using
massacred
equipment
people?
for World War One, and
Oh,
that's
wow.
why it didn't really go anywhere. For the same reasons World War One didn't go anywhere. People
You
just
just
murdered each
dig
other
in.
on a line.
Yeah, it's
So Houdini spent a lot of his life debunking like spiritualists and psychics and stuff. So he'd like pretend, he'd basically just find them all out to be frauds. He had an agreement though with his wife, not that kind of agreement. Calm down. His wife Bess, who she would basically after he's dead, he said, if I die and I can talk to you after the grave, I'm gonna find you and we'll I'll give you a sign. And so she held seances every Halloween for 10 years. And then she stopped doing it. She's like, 10 years is long enough to wait for any man. That was the quote from her.
I'm pretty sure people still do it to this day.
People still do it, yeah, in the Houdini house. what else happened? Do you guys know how he died?
Yeah, he got punched in the stomach really hard.
So there was a student from McGill University in Montreal, Canada, and he came up to Houdini and he asked him, "Do you believe in the miracles in the Bible?" And Houdini said, "I don't know, maybe." And then,
What's it to you, nerd?
yeah, and so and then he goes, "I hear that you can take any punch to the gut without getting hurt," which is another thing that's not a magic trick. There's no
got a lot of core
if there's
strength.
no fucking cards or rabbits involved, it's not a magic trick.
It's not a trick. It's an illusion. Tricks are what fucking whores do for money.
So he immediately after he asked those questions, he just began beating Houdini in his stomach, and he ruptured his appendix. Houdini didn't get medical attention for a couple days, and he died. Okay. The funny thing about that story that nobody ever talks about, well, maybe some people talk about it, but Houdini was laying down at the time, which is what everyone was like, he could have braced himself for that. He could have, been better. The guy literally asked him, "Hey, do you believe in miracles? Hey, can I punch you?" And then he just punched him. Houdini was laid up on a couch at the moment because he had a broken ankle. So he literally just came up to this famous magician.
He's like, "Yo, I'll fucking deck you, bro."
Yo, you want to get punched, bro? And then he killed Harry Houdini. And also, for some reason, people deface his grave. So there's like a magical society got really into making fucking rapscallions get away from his grave.
So the guy who killed Houdini, did anything happen to him?
No,
He's a flat earther.
his name
now.
was Jacqueline something. He's a Frenchman. French Canadian.
Of course, he was French Canadian.
Okay, so.
Apologies to anyone listening in French Canada, but you're awful.
With the accent, that story would be much funnier. Oh, Harry Houdini.
Harry Houdini, do you believe in the miracles of the Bible?
Let me punch you.
I hear you can take any punch to the stomach.
It's like more poutine, please. Okay, then there's somebody that I think is very much trying to follow in the footsteps of Houdini, and that's David Blaine.
Yeah.
The heading for this is David Blaine hates himself.
So, have you ever seen the video of David Blaine doing a quote unquote trick for Ricky Gervais?
No.
No, I haven't.
He's got the dead eyes.
Yeah, I'm David Blaine.
I'm David Blaine,
Like this.
and he's like, Ricky, I want you to watch me. And he's like, okay. He's like, watch me. This is a needle. He's got like a fucking 2-foot needle. He's
Yeah.
like, watch me. Now watch. I'm gonna put this through my arm. And he's like staring at fucking Ricky Gervais. He's like, just watch it. It's going through my arm. Like, how could this happen? And Ricky Gervais is like, you fucking mental. What the fuck are you doing? He's pushing it all the way through his arm. He pulls his arm. I was like, look, it's through my arm. And that's the fucking trick that
Yeah.
he fucking does.
David Blaine hates himself. So let's just run through some of his famous tricks. He had Buried Alive, where he was in a coffin underground with like a giant vat of water on top of himself for he was in there for 6 days, I believe, without food and water. Had a tablespoon of water every day. Frozen in Time, frozen in an ice block for 64 hours with no food. Vertigo on a 100-foot pedestal, no harness. He was on there for 35 hours. He started hallucinating, and then he jumped off of the pedestal onto like a crash mat, basically made of cardboard boxes. He suffered a mild concussion. None of these are tricks. I'm trying to get home. These aren't tricks. These are just like being bad to your body.
Clearly a man seeking death, yet unable to find it.
Yeah, it's true.
One day, he'll get punched by a Frenchman.
One of my
He has to go do a trick up in Quebec, and you'll have people lining up.
Well, it's funny because when he went overseas to do the above and below trick, where he was in a glass box for 44 days with no food. He was just drinking water. People were throwing food at the thing. People were throwing eggs at it. People threw balloons filled with paint. And then the reporters started just flying RC helicopters with cheeseburgers on them out to him. And then somebody tried to cut the line that was supplying him with water. He lost 54 pounds over the course of 44 days.
Christ.
He's kind of like a weird Jesus thing going on. Like he's actually like doing some of the trials of Christ. Drowned Alive, he was in an isotonic solution for 7 days and then held his breath for 7.5 minutes. But then he went back and did it because he failed. He was trying to beat the world record. Then he went back and did it again, held his breath for 17 minutes. So David Blaine's a cuckoo crazy guy, and he talks like this because he's dead on the inside.
Yeah.
Then we have Penn and Teller.
Oh, yeah.
Or, as I've nicknamed them, Magical Jay and Silent Bob of edgelords.
Yeah.
Because they're like total edgelords. They like, I didn't really put anything about their tricks. They do
fucking tricks.
They do tricks. They do actual magic tricks.
Yeah.
And they're not friends off stage, which is fun. Teller can talk off stage, just so you know.
Although one of my favorite things is that I was watching a documentary about like the history of magic or something, and they had Teller on it, but he was like he was shrouded in darkness, so no one could see him, and he had one of those voice modulator things on, because
Dude, what a bunch of theatrical
Yeah.
fucking bitches.
yeah, it's like, oh, who is it? It's clearly Teller, but they don't want anyone to know that it's Teller.
Okay, so they're big proponents of like atheism, scientific skepticism, and libertarianism. So you can kind of, they're edgelords. Like they've started a movement on Reddit kind of people.
Yeah. Penn Jillette is one step away from going milady.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He only doesn't have a fedora because magicians wear top hats. They have license plates, one reading atheist and one reading godless.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And he was in Hackers.
That's true.
The most accurate hacking movie ever made.
Sometimes Penn will sign things. It just says "There is no God, Penn Jillette."
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah,
I hate new atheists.
It's
I
just-
hate
it's-
them
listen,
so much. They're
it's-
so fucking smug.
there is just something about being smug that's just not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really not.
Like your beliefs should stay within your own fucking head most of the time. And then finally we come to Chris Angel,
Mind freak.
or as I like to call him, Long Island's own Magical Tommy Wiseau.
He's from Long Island?
Yes, he's from. He talks like that. Well, I can't do a great.
Great
one.
story, Andy.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
This is a good story, Andy.
He's hated throughout the magical community. Nobody likes him.
Really?
Everybody hates him.
Oh, that's amazing.
I just want to make it magical.
His
Everybody hates me. I'm sick of this world.
I'm sick of everything.
I'm sick of this world. I'm going to levitate away. He does shitty fake like
not saw her in half.
I did not.
he does shitty like street magic
hi, Tyler.
that's mostly camera tricks. Like he's not
Oh,
even
yeah,
doing
he's a piece of shit.
illusions. It's literally just camera tricks.
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
J.J. Abrams does magic just like how Chris Angel does it.
Thanks to the power of CGI.
He has a weird Jesus thing, and he's like super into like debunking. Like
Yeah.
he like puts his arms out like Jesus all the time when he levitates, and he's like, "Watch me, watch me."
Mind freak.
I really just want to get to his band.
He has
He has a band?
Yeah. and
Oh.
Can you guess what the band name is?
Oh,
Mind
Mind
Freak.
freak. Yeah.
no.
It's gotta
It
be
was
Mind Freak.
before Mind Freak. It was in the 90s. His last name is Angel.
The Guardian Angels.
Angel and the Devils.
Angel Dust.
Oh my god.
They released one album,
Boo.
and it's called Magical Conjurings from the World of Illusion.
Dude, if you're okay. Okay, so if you've got something to stand out, I guess like if you've got like a theme to your shitty band, I guess like lean on that. But at the same time, if your theme is being a shitty magician, maybe not lean on that.
Okay, so I'm gonna play a quick selection.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my god.
This is called.
Mind freak.
This song is called.
Is it called Mind Freak?
No, it's called Down by
Oh, down.
Angel Dust.
Of course, this is what it fucking sounds like.
Yeah, dude, this is some fucking butt rock. Holy shit.
I believe that's Chris Angel singing.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay,
He's
that's
got some
enough of that.
fucking pipes.
There's a song on it called Procreation, so that's fine.
Procreation.
Do you think like he just like became a magician because he thought he'd get him laid?
Yes, and he's still trying. It hasn't happened yet. He had to go deeper and deeper.
That's the only reason anyone becomes that kind of illusionist. Like people will become a stage magician or whatever, like fucking Roy and
Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy.
And they get eaten by a lion.
Yeah, because they're I don't know, they want attention. But Chris Angel, David Blaine, David Blaine wants to die.
Yeah.
But Chris Angel thinks that'll get him laid.
Yeah.
Because he tried to have a band that
yes,
didn't work.
right.
He's like, I'm gonna do illusions now, and then people will
Well, no,
want
he
to
was an
be in
illusionist
contact with me.
first, then he had the band,
Yes.
and then went back to illusions. Became
Yes.
Mind Freak.
Yes.
So obviously what happened is that he was getting laid sometimes when he was a magician.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's
oh,
gonna step it up a fucking notch.
I got to be a rock star. It goes down,
Right.
So he's like, oh, I have to go back. So he gets back up to his
So
level.
he's being an illusionist. He's like, yo, fucking Jared Leto has a fucking band, Maroon 5, and like
No, 30 Seconds to Mars.
Maroon 5 fucking he's got to get laid all the goddamn time. I need my own fucking magic band.
I need my magic band.
Yo, he actually legitimately has actually a lot of impressive world records.
Chris Angel?
Mind
Yeah.
Freak?
Yeah, he's the holder of several world records, including the longest time submerged underwater, fastest time to escape from a straitjacket at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's actually, as a magician, I would guess that's street cred. The longest body suspension at 5 hours 42 minutes, and the fastest time to perform the metamorphosis illusion at less than 1 second. He's also the holder of the Guinness World Record for the most people disappear in an illusion, for making 100 people disappear. And
Mind
actually,
freak.
apparently the International Magician
used the
Society
machine
loves
gun.
this guy. They keep awarding him Magician of the Year. And he's the youngest person ever to be inducted into International Magician Society.
Fucking try hard. Fuck
Magic
this
Hall of
guy.
Fame.
I want to see
Look,
him and
Joe
David Blaine
wishes
fight.
he could get in there.
Yeah, no, he does. I want to see him and David Blaine fight.
Oh, I'd love to. But David Blaine would kick the shit out of him. David Blaine's cut.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
And David Blaine has no fear for his own life.
Yeah, he feels no pain, clearly.
I'm sorry, Chris. If I start hitting you, I'm gonna kill you.
Also, there's a
I
picture.
won't be able to stop
There is a picture
until you're dead.
on his Facebook or on his Wikipedia page, and it is him with Tommy Lee.
Yeah,
with
I
a
saw that.
Taco Bell logo in
Yep.
the background.
Yeah. I had a really hard time like differentiating the two. They look the same.
So I feel like Chris Angel doesn't have a Facebook page, doesn't have an Instagram, doesn't have Twitter, but he's still on MySpace.
Oh, he's definitely on Friendster and MySpace. He just sends. He has a Twitter, but he just uses it to slide into girls' DMs.
Hell yeah.
This guy saw you at the magic show last night. I was too afraid to say hi though. Okay, so I just want to talk about classic magic tricks, and I have a new character to unveil.
Ooh.
His name is Guy Who Doesn't Understand Magic, and is a little bit and has good diction.
Continue.
So that's what his mother named him.
Yes, his name
Okay.
is Guy Who Doesn't Understand Magic with good diction.
Okay.
Okay, and so he might say something. He might go to a magic show, and he'd say something along the lines of, "Put that woman back together. That woman is my wife. Put my wife back together, sir." That would be something that he might say.
Okay. Get that man out of that tank. He's gonna drown.
Take those swords from my wife.
It's just about his wife.
He's protective of her.
My cousin will drown in there. Get him out of there.
That's not my card. They're all your cards.
My wife.
My wife.
My wife.
That man just bit a coin in half. That man needs to go to the dentist.
Maybe he doesn't because he bit the coin in half.
Yeah, his teeth are really healthy if he manages to bite a coin in half. It depends on the metal, though. Like if
He just
it's,
go to the military.
yeah.
Listen, all I'm trying to say is classic magic tricks are where it's at. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, back in the day before people knew like how anything worked, and the internet ruined like all the classic tricks.
And leeches fixed everything.
I don't know. You got ghosts in your blood. Do coke about it.
Do coke about it.
If I had a coin behind my ear, I would know it, sir. That coin is your coin. I see you take it from behind my ear.
Do that several more times, so I may be able to afford a
Newspaper.
newspaper.
I just love the idea of
I
somebody
am
being-
parched. Pulled 2 more coins from twist my ears. Betwixt, I don't know.
I just like the idea of somebody being like, "Put that woman back together. I need her for my wedding day."
By God, you sir are a monster.
You
Are you doing Frasier now?
You have cut my betrothed in twine. Place her back together.
Giles, they're stabbing my wife. It's the only character I know from Frasier.
I don't know Frasier at all.
I know that he likes tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
Mind freak. I just like saying mind freak.
Come back to the ground. Men do not fly.
If men were meant to fly, they'd be born with wings.
Cut your
You
hair,
devil.
Cut your hair, you rapscallion. Go back to Long Island where you belong.
You look like a regular. I know. You look like a vagrant.
You look like a vagrant and you're wearing too much cologne. It's distracting to the trick.
You can't grow a mustache. If you could, you'd be a gentleman. Now give me back my bride.
Sir, get out of that sphere. You're going to drown.
You must be hungry. Have a cheeseburger. There it is on a RC fucking helicopter.
Sir, my good sir.
Yes?
How hard of a punch can you take?
Sir, you've broken an ankle. You should not be taking a punch now. You should be recovering.
How do you feel about Jesus, sir?
Sir, do you believe in the miracles of the Bible, sir?
If so, you must believe that the earth is flat.
Or I will punch you in the face.
Jesus Christ.
holding a. Actually, what went unrecorded is that the guy busts into Harry Houdini's thing. He goes, do you believe in the miracles of the Bible? He goes, I guess. He holds his fist up. He goes, is a hot dog a sandwich? And Houdini goes, no, of course not. And then the guy punches him.
But the earth's flat.
So you, Chris, are on the same side as the man who murdered Harry Houdini.
Yeah.
All right. that's fine.
Jocelyn.
Oh, shit. What do you say, folks? Guys, men.
I say, put that woman back together. That woman is my wife.
You have no right, sir. You have no right.
I had my hand up. I should be on that stage.
You have no right to vivisect my betrothed.
She came here in one piece and she should leave in one piece, sir.
She is not 20 years old. Place her back together.
I want this
Poor
bit,
faced.
I want this bit to go on forever. And I think it will go on forever. I'm not going home tonight. This bit is going to continue.
Oh, thank God I control the
sweating.
faders.
I'm sweating.
All right, folks. If you're still listening, thank you for listening.
Thanks for sticking around, folks. Paul, thanks for coming back on again, man.
Thanks for having me back on.
Great having you back on. Do you have anything to plug?
No.
The flat Earth, probably.
Yeah.
Hollow Moon.
Hawaiian shirts.
Hawaiian shirt. That is a fucking hot shirt. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I got to get more Hawaiian shirts in my life. I only
They're
have
great.
one. I only have one.
Yeah. It is my summer aesthetic.
That is the plug, Hawaiian shirts.
Hawaiian shirts.
And that's the
Go to
hashtag.
Old Navy.
Hashtag Hawaiian shirts for life.
Go to Old Navy. Go to H&M. Get yourself some like button-up shirts with like leaves on them. Short sleeve shirts. Hawaiian shirts. They're great. They're fashionable. And yeah.
Guarantee you get laid.
They're
I've-
making them now in
Hasn't
like,
worked for me so far, but we'll see.
they're making them now in like cotton, so they're not like silk anymore, which is nice. I don't like the silk ones.
Silk's the best. It's so, so
do it.
smooth.
I just can't do it. It slides right off.
Those poor silkworms. All right, folks. If you're still listening, thanks for listening to us. You know where to find us. Obviously, because you're listening to us. I don't know why I said that. But you know what? Be nice to each other. And thanks, Paul.
Unhand that woman, sir. Unhand her.